It's week 3 of my creator's journey. So, what the heck did I work on? Well, in my business, my main one anyway, the Happy Farm D, I'm focusing a lot on creating calm consistency. There's something that's making me mad about coaches or business in general. There's this idea that, like, you gotta hustle all the time, you have to constantly be working. And I really adopted that, even though I thought I didn't. I've been working so hard over the years. Even when I was depressed after my dad passed, I was constantly pushing myself to do way more than what was ever necessary for me to do. And this week was a really great relaxation of, and I would say maybe more a reflection of what I needed to not do. This past week, I launched a challenge, a boot camp. Basically, it's an event, a virtual one, where I invite people in, provide education, make a soft pitch at the end, and then get people enrolled into the coaching program. I called it the Land Your Next Pharmacy Job Interview Boot Camp. It was a 2-day event over the weekend, and boy, did I rush myself. Not from like a standpoint of like getting through the content, but rushing as in ensuring that everything was ready before it should have been prepared weeks ago. Something about this challenge that's interesting to me is that it doesn't really account for long-term projects. It's like meant to be reflections for every single week. And this is something that has been in motion for at least 4 weeks, but the majority of the work was all done the week beforehand. In fact, on Sunday morning, I woke up at 5 a.m. to go through my slides and go through the content and change things, update things. Oh, up 4 hours earlier than I wanted to on a weekend. But I was pushing myself. And that's why I want to talk about, I think rejecting hustle culture needs to happen. At some point, everyone learns that, it doesn't matter how much harder you work, it doesn't necessarily bring you more results or even more money for that matter. I mean, how many times do we know that the worst person in a company and the best person, if they're in the same job title, they're making about the same. And the same is true in business. I'm the worst and the best in this scenario. And it doesn't matter, I find, if I work more, if I do more, it does not equate to more sales, more revenue, more money. It does, however, make me feel better. It makes me feel like I'm doing more. It makes me feel like I'm making progress. And that's what I think I realized from this boot camp. You see, when I first started this video series, I was very excited because I just launched the first boot camp. It was called Choose Your Next Pharmacy Career Path. And it was meant to help pharmacists choose what their next path was. And it went very, very well. And I thought to myself, okay, I need to rush the next event. I'm going on a trip, so I'm going to Mexico next week for a conference and then a retreat thereafter. And I thought, I gotta get in something, because if I don't, then ... I'm not gonna keep up this momentum. I'm not going to make as much money. I'm not going to make as much sales. I'm not going to make as much leads. I'm going to disappoint people. All of these consequences that were pushing just unrealistic, tyrannical things on me that I didn't need. And that's the real lesson, I think, from this creator's challenge from this past week for me, because I did this challenge. I pushed myself really hard. To be honest with you, the results I was a little disappointed by. And not from an internal standpoint of like what I did, how I showed up, but more about the results of like how many people I got. So we actually expanded our marketing reach for this event, and it only got a third of the response of the first event. We got about 130 or 50 people, I think, showed up or registered for the event. And then on both days, we had just about 50 people show up. So about a 30% show up rate, which is actually quite normal in the world of like online stuff. And I'm, given that how much I worked, how better the first event was, man, I'm thinking, why did I rush? Why did I push? I could have done it this weekend and given myself another week of marketing lead time to talk about it. And we did get around, I think, 15 calls from it. And from that, we will get sales. So I'm not worried about money anymore. I think what I am rejecting as a part of this creator journey is pushing things faster than they need to happen. The more I get experience as an entrepreneur, the more and more I see myself more as a creator than a business person. Because if I was really a business, like a true entrepreneur, yes, I would be creative, but I would also be driven for selling, for making a lot of money. And I'll be honest with you, I do enjoy making more money. I enjoy what money can do for me, but it's never really been my goal to make millions. It'll happen eventually, but I'm not in a rush to do that. And I find that so freeing. I've been pushing myself for near years to try to do my best to get ahead, to force myself to do what I thought I needed to do to be a successful business person. And I gotta say, it is so much more relaxing to create things, to see who shows up, and to share with others. Wow, is it just so much more beautiful and fun to create than to hustle. I don't know what you're creating, but I would love to hear what it is. If you're watching this journey with me and having fun creating your own thing, let me know. I'd be curious to hear what you're working on. Thanks for watching this video, and until I see you in the next one, take care.